Update. Am I the a-hole for not telling my girlfriend I was going to break up with her if she went on vacation with male friends? Original post. Basically, my girlfriend went on vacation with her male friends. I told her this made me uncomfortable and didn't want her to go. By the way, she used to hook up with one of them before she met me. She told me it'd be fine and that they're like brothers to her. I already made a decision to break up with her right there and then, but I wanted to get my stuff from her place before anything, and I figured I should do that while she's gone. I also didn't want to break up over a text or a call, so I waited for her to come back. I picked her up when she came back, dropped her off, and gave her the key to her place and broke up. She started crying, and she figured out it was because of the vacation. She kept saying that nothing happened. I told her she knew I wasn't comfortable with this, and she still went. She mentioned that I should have said that I'd break up with her if she went, and that if she knew, she never would have gone. I told her I didn't want to be controlling and threaten her with ending the relationship. We kept going back and forth over this for a while. Now for the comments, most are stupid, before reading the update. Also, this kind of stuff is why women are tempted to lie when a date/partner asks if they are friends with exes, or if they've slept with their male friends, etc. She was 100% honest with you, and got dumped for it with zero discussion. And to those saying trust needs to be built up, this is how you do that. By trusting her in this situation and seeing how it goes. Also, what the F was she supposed to do? Call up her friends and say, "Sorry, can't come. My boyfriend is worried I'll sleep with you." Or lie to them to protect your insecurities? No, she was not. She only told me because I saw a picture of them kissing. You're the a-hole. You said you were uncomfortable. You decided to dump her when she didn't do what you wanted, which you never explicitly asked her to. So basically, because she didn't read your mind, you did not state a boundary. If you X, then I will Y because I need to take care Z need. She dodged a bullet at least. She's better off with someone less insecure. Downvote me all you want, but the fact this is so normal in straight culture will never cease to be weird to me. I can't imagine dumping my girlfriend because she went on a vacation with her male friends, even if she'd hooked up with one of them in the past. I'd be like, hell yeah, girl. Have a great time. Take lots of pictures. Can't wait to talk when you get back. Good for you for being so secure, but we all draw the line at different places. I drew the line somewhere before you did. It's my choice. Simple as that. You calling me insecure is that same thing as someone in an open relationship calling you insecure for not letting your partner mess around. Not the a-hole. You enforced your boundaries. The consequences for boundaries don't always need to be explained, as all situations are different. Exactly, this is the true definition of boundaries. You expressed what you're not willing to put up with, and then follow through. If y'all have different values, so be it. Not the a-hole. You'd be toast too if it was the other way around. I agree. As a woman, I would certainly not like it at all if my husband did this, and I would never even ask to do this. When you're in a relationship, you don't do things that make them uncomfortable, as he put it. Why would you want to hang around other men without your man there? Strange. Not the a-hole. You had a reasonable boundary and you didn't force it into a scenario where she could resent you over it. You enforced the boundary and broke up in a reasonable way. I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure she still resents me over it. Cost of doing business, my friend. Is there ever a breakup when both people are happy? She wanted to have her cake and eat it too. Edit. A lot of y'all are assuming an awful lot here. Most of you are cool, but to give you a bit more context, 1, she never actually introduced me to these friends. Even though I mentioned I wanted to meet them, she kept making excuses. 2, she never told me she used to hook up with her friend. I only found out because I found an old picture of them kissing when she was showing me some old travel pictures. 3, I was okay with her friendship until now. This was just too much for me. Most of y'all are cool, but I swear, some of y'all act like cheaters don't exist. Did she cheat on me? Who knows? But at this point, I was sick of doubting. Now for the update. Hello everyone. My post got a lot of attention. I responded to a few comments and even edited it. So I figured I should update you all. Her male friend reached out to me on Instagram, the one she used to hook up with. He asked if I was dating my ex, and I told him what happened. He actually apologized. He said he didn't know that we were still dating. He said that my ex was talking mad trash about me, and he was confused. Apparently, my ex-girlfriend told him we broke up months ago, and they have been hooking up regularly since. Yes, including the trip. The guy even showed me some pictures of the two of them kissing during the trip. So that explains why she never wanted me to meet them. So all my suspicions were correct. The guy actually seemed like a decent guy. He apologized a lot for what he did. I don't hold any resentment towards him, and I'm glad that I got confirmation that I made a right decision. So to all of you who supported me, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. And one last comment to some of you. My insecurity kept me from wasting any more of my time. You felt something was wrong, and unfortunately you were right. Always trust your gut. Glad you got out. Exactly. Had a feeling my ex was banging someone else but denied it and made me feel like an idiot for months. Finally, I reached out to the guy I thought she was with. He had no idea we were married and confirmed all my suspicions. She was angry, I called him, and told me she was going to tell me. Trust your gut. I had a guy come talk to me in my car after I knew he had gotten dropped off from his job late one night. He could see something was troubling me. He's real religious. And so after asking him if he believes in God and if he can see everything we do, I had a long dramatic pause and looked him in the face and asked him point blank, "Did she kiss you or did you kiss her?" I had no proof other than my gut, and I was half expecting to hear denials or that my instincts were off. I felt my heart drop into my gut when he quickly answered, "She kissed me." I had no proof or anything, just a gut feeling. And I had to trick this guy into telling me the truth. Trust your gut. I hope the dude dumps her. Sounds like that was probably the next step, seeing as he apologized to OP. As a rhetorical question, would it have killed her to just break up with OP? People who act like this are baffling. She liked having the best of both worlds, without both worlds getting to know each other. This feels like that deep breath you take on a cold winter evening. It's already dark and there's snow all around. You inhale. It's fresh. It smells like pine with a strong scent of burnt wood. You sense renewal. It is reinvigorating. The insecurity police on this forum are delusional. I mean, they are strong just behind Reddit. In real life, they're perfect losers. I got just flamed today for saying I would divorce my wife if she went to a romantic concert with just her boss. It's baffling. Next story. Am I the a-hole for refusing to let my ex see our kid and saying that she has a mom that wasn't her? I, 26 male, had my daughter Belle, 5 female, with my ex Jade, 26 female, 5 years ago. We were fresh out of college. She had just moved into my apartment with me and just starting our careers. When we found out that we were going to have a baby, Jade seemed excited and was planning right alongside me for when Belle was going to be born. But 7 months into her pregnancy, Jade decided that she didn't want to be a mother to Belle, saying it would just slow down the progress of her career and she wouldn't be where she wanted to be in life. I'll admit that I did argue with her about this because Jade wanted to put Belle up for adoption and I didn't want that due to my own past with my adopted parents. We eventually agreed that Jade would void her parental rights to Belle without going through the courts to do so. After this, Jade and I broke up, with her living at her parents' place for the remainder of her pregnancy. When Jade finally gave birth, she only signed a birth certificate and never held or fed our daughter. Jade moved away to the other side of our state and blocked me wherever she could. My daughter's maternal grandparents did send money to help support Belle, but they stopped after Jade asked them to. My now fiancé, Ashley, 27 female, had stepped in after she heard what happened between Jade and I. Ashley wasn't exactly a friend of Jade's, more like an acquaintance. Ashley had really helped me out throughout the first year of my daughter's life. We didn't start off dating right off the bat. We were friends, and things just sort of happened. Belle calls Ashley Mama, and it's been that way since she could speak. We just got engaged last year. 2 days ago, Jade had reached out to me over the phone, and didn't ask but demand to see our daughter. Jade had said she matured since Belle was born, and was ready to have a co-parenting relationship with me. I was in shock, and it didn't register to me what my ex was saying until she told me Belle deserves to be with her real mother. That snapped me out of it and angered me, since Ashley had essentially been in Belle's life since she was born. That led me to telling her that she wouldn't be seeing our daughter ever. If I could help it and that Belle had a mom, that certainly wasn't her. Jade started crying after I said that, so I hung up on her. The few mutual friends we have got told by her what I said and have taken her side, saying that I had no right to keep Belle from her and that I was being too cruel. Now I feel guilty over what I told her, and I'm wondering if I'm the a-hole for saying that to her. Edit. To clarify, we just had a verbal agreement that Jade wouldn't be involved in Belle's life as a mother, which is what I meant when saying that she avoided her rights, but we didn't go through the courts to do so. Now for the comments. Not the a-hole. If she truly wants to be a part of Belle's life, she can start with catching up on back child support. Then, and only then, would I even consider it a possibility. The thing is, when we agreed that my ex would avoid her parental rights to Belle, it included not popping out of the blue and demanding to co-parent her. Law 101. If it's not on the record, it didn't happen. True, But the way to make her stop popping up to demand a co-parent is to threaten her with back child support. That may successfully make her go away. Not the a-hole. He messed up by not going through the courts when she was born. She's legally the mother. You need to go file for full custody right now. Go get a lawyer. Last story. Am I the a-hole for telling my husband that I can't do this anymore after he quit his job to work with his mother? We are due to have our daughter in 2 weeks and planned ahead of time so I can stay home for a year with her while I'm nursing. We saved around $26,000 plus took into consideration that at his job, he was making $3,000 a month, $23 hourly. Our bills for the year came out to around $46,000. Since we got pregnant, his mom has been super overbearing with a boy mom BS. She's been trying to force her way into our lives in ways that I'm not okay with, like trying to convince us to buy a house with her so she can help raise her baby's baby. My husband actually considered this and I shut it down immediately. Has been stopping in whenever she feels like it, with stuff for him and him only. Like she literally brings him food, 1 serving, only enough for him, around dinner time, probably 2 to 3 days a week, saying, I just know you miss mama's cooking. Keeps buying him mom plus son jewelry, knowing he won't wear jewelry and tells me he will wear it. It's mom and son thing. You wouldn't understand when I tell her he's not going to wear it as he hasn't worn any of it. She is 100% treating him like he is her husband, calling him to go do things for her all hours of the day/night, and all around just trying to get him out of our house and over to hers. On the off chance that he does go over, she's all like, since you're here, I will let you treat me to a mom and son date at Denny's. Or when she's here, she will look at me and tell me how she takes her coffee and expect me to make it for her. I know I'm rambling, but this woman is bad freaking crazy. And no, she was not like this prior to me getting pregnant. They barely spoke before I got pregnant. As soon as she found out we were having a baby, she sunk her claws in, with the whole my baby isn't a baby anymore BS. We are literally in our 30s. So if all sense wasn't insane enough, she's been trying to convince my husband for at least 3 months to quit his job of search and rescue and go work with her so they can spend more time together. She works at a medical rehab facility. I told him I won't tolerate that for one reason. It's $13 an hour, $10 less than an hour that he makes now. I've talked reason with him. Like if he goes there, I will end up having to go back to work. Because $13 an hour cuts his monthly income in half, just about. And this is not what we agreed to or planned for. Not only that, but her job is bi-weekly pay and doesn't have benefits for a year. He had full benefits at his job. He told me he didn't want to work with his mom and not to worry about it. About 2 months ago he said that. But I just found out last night that he did, in fact, quit his job and applied at the place his mom works and bypassed the interview process because mommy vouched for him. So now he has a job with her. I wasn't nice about it when he told me admittedly. I asked him why the heck he would do that. And he goes, well, my mom is getting older and she wanted me to work with her so we can hang out more before she passes. She's literally 61 and healthy. I slept on it and decided I couldn't do this. I told him this morning that I couldn't do this. I'm not going to be overruled by a woman who refuses to stay in her lane. I'm not going to bow down to a mama's boy or a woman who grossly won't leave her son alone. He can do it on his own, and we can do this separately. I told him I will take the money I saved, $23,000 of the $26,000, and figure it out on my own, and that he needs to leave and go back to sucking mama's tit at her house. He, for whatever reason, is shell-shocked that I'm taking it this far, and says I'm an a-hole for not understanding that his mother getting older and wanting to spend time with him should be important. I'm not budging though. He's allowing her to destroy our lives. Edited to add. I want to touch base on finances real quick for the people commenting being a single mom is going to be great. If he was to leave and we get divorced, my bills would reduce at least 1/4, if not more. I've been helping him pay off his student loan debt for 5 years, and the price keeps increasing so there's no end in sight. With the $23,000 that I saved, I could pay for my home and bills for a year and a half. When I add his bills and his debt to the equation, it won't even cover a year. I'm not afraid of single motherhood. He would be involved regardless if we separate as well. Also, we signed a prenup. I owned a house long before we started dating. I withdrew my $23,000 from the bank and put it in my personal. I already spoke to an attorney and I made it clear to do so because I have a paper trail in what was mine versus what was his. I'm an accountant. Numbers and money is kind of my specialty. I have it all handled legal-wise. Not the a-hole. He has a family. That should be his first priority. By taking this new job, he's putting his family in financial burden. Mommy also needs to step back. She feels like she's gonna lose her son, but that's no excuse. He just quit his job, the job with benefits. She is about to give birth, and he took 43% pay cut and lost his benefits. If they are in the US and she was on his insurance, he just completely scrapped her health insurance for the birth of their child. Did he get in an accident and lose half his brains? That is absolutely insane. I could not have said it better. Who takes a huge pay cut right before the baby comes? WTH. Student loans, a smaller paycheck, and no second income. He's going to end up living with mommy. And that's before we figure in child support. Not the a-hole. Who the heck thinks it's a good idea to take a 50% pay cut with a baby on the way? Sorry, but your husband is a moron and a mama's boy. He thought that Opie was firmly enough on the hook, carrying his baby and all, that Opie wouldn't dare to take the leap to safety, leaving him behind. He didn't consider that he was the beneficiary of the bulk of monthly expenses. So cutting him loose would be a net gain for Opie. He chose poorly. Yeah, he tried and failed to rub his two brain cells together. It's really kind of sad to see this pattern again and again. I am, however, really happy that OP is doing the right thing and not caving to his unreasonable pressure.